Hey guys, good afternoon. We all hope you're well. Welcome back to my channel. Today is a beautiful Sunday afternoon. I am, this camera is so heavy. I am at the Maslow for a high tea hosted by our book club, and I'm so excited. Oh geez, keeps losing focus. I'm so excited. I've been looking forward to this for a while now. So I will take you guys with me today. You can hang out with me today and meet some of the ladies from the book club. Okay, let's just wait for that guy to reverse. So let's head on inside and see what this day will be all about. I saw nice food, so I'm quite hungry. I'm very hungry actually. I've not had anything to eat since very early in the morning. So we'll see how this goes. Come with me. My name is Thobeka and I. Welcome to the Wanawake Bookclub high tea. First of its kind. We're at the Millennial Hotel in Sandton, and we're very excited to be networking. We're looking forward to all the speakers that are going to be here today. So yeah, exciting.
It is the first event, but it certainly won't be the last, and we know that there are many more to come. So just as an icebreaker to get everybody warm and loosened up, I just want you to turn to the woman next to you and say that you are looking gorgeous tonight. So I hope you all got to know each other, and through that I want us to engage, and you'll maybe create a network and say, she works here or she does that, and perhaps you could establish some kind of relationship going forward where you could both help each other. And that's essentially the reason for the introductions that I wanted you to make now, and I want you to continue making throughout the day. And that is, first of all, just the women and the members in the book club are very inspiring women. They are young professionals from various fields. They're also entrepreneurs. They are very ambitious young women with great dreams of what they want to achieve. And over and above all of them being the superwoman that they are, they're also mothers and wives. And if I just look at you as the attendees, is that you are stars in your own right, and you came here because you're making a great impact and a great mark on the world in your own right. So I always say in my personal capacity that you're always at the right place, at the right time, with the right people, and life, and you're getting wherever you are, you're getting from life exactly what you need at that point in time.
Really today is to network, to mingle, to be authentic. You know, I think we live in a society where a lot of people have lost how genuine you need to be in order for people to understand your journey, in order for people to know exactly who you are and tap into you without any blurs. So that's my expectation, to mingle, to network, and to get to know as many people as possible and walk out of here fulfilled.
Hi guys, my name is Audrey. I work at Trace. I'm the office manager. And my expectation of today is just to meet new people and see different faces and just what Koki say, like just to know and the authenticity of where we come from and just to build one another.
When a parent who's meant to love and protect you decides that they want nothing to do with you, it actually stings. It has a way of making you question your self-worth.
I remember growing up, I used to ask myself, how can I expect another man to fall in love with me and be with me when my own father couldn't? That is the type of insecurity that abandonment instills in you. What that resulted in is that I accepted anything and everything a man would bring to me, because even the bare minimum was enough. Anything was fine just to fill up that emptiness. All I needed was his void to be filled. All I wanted was that void to be filled. And when I actually think about it now, I actually realized that I spent a lot of time pushing myself and working hard, not only because I wanted to succeed and be great, but because I wanted him to actually feel like he lost out on not raising me. Almost 70% of adolescent suicides that happen in South Africa occur in single-headed households. These are children that are growing up not being able to, or at least they are afraid to ask for help. These are children who are afraid to ask for help from adults and don't think adults will empathize with them because they're expected to be adults before they need to. They have witnessed the breakdown of a family, and so often single mothers are so busy dealing with day-to-day things that they may forget to ask simple questions. Simple questions like, are you okay? What can I do to help you? And the one important question that barely occurs, that is barely asked in a single parent household is, how do you feel about the fact that your father is not around? That is a simple question that can change a dialogue and start a real conversation that needs to be had in these households. It can change a child's outlook on life, and most importantly, it can change the type of adult that they become.
The thing it did was to drive a wedge between myself and my parents and siblings. And as I listened to my cousin's story, it's very painful to say the person was not physically there. For me, they were physically there, but they were not there. Because I grew up by myself. It was hell, but you got to internalize it, and it becomes part of you. And I don't call my parents. I know some people also don't, but the only time I speak to my parents is when they phone my wife or she phones them. They'll say, Katu, yeah. It is over. I could not find myself and continuously just got into sexual relationships. I mean, when we were DJing, we slept with at least 4 girls. Wow. That was easy. That was easy. Because Thursday night you pick up somebody, Friday morning drop that one, big sing, Carlton Central, and then you pick up somebody else. It was our life. But I think the thing that this did for me was it changed my destiny. That was not the life I pictured for myself. I did not want that kind of life. Because what it's done to me is I've gone through a lot, and depression is something that if you have not gone through, you do not want to go through. Depression is frozen anger. That's tough.
That's a beautiful moment right there.
It's poisonous, and that anger is so in you that I've seen psychologists and stuff. I'm on my 4th now. Because every time they peel the onion and get to that place, I leave, I don't stay. Because I'm so used to the pain and the aggression, it makes me who I am. I tell myself I'm a strong person, which I am, but I'm actually not strong. I'm a broken and hurting person. So my only thing is that if I get help, I will not know how to function as a normal person. And through that experience, I've never really gotten to know who I am. I have not had that privilege. I am who the situation demands I am.
I think the reason why social media is winning and all the different people have been speaking about why certain things are happening in society that I don't think we share on days where we're not okay.
Yes.
Like we always want to have it together. Everyone on Instagram has it together.
Sure.
You know, and that's why it's difficult to approach the other woman to ask that, oh my gosh, I need this, oh my gosh, because when I arrive at Bookclub, I must just think Dolly has it together. You know, but she's able to say, we need this, and you do it, and it's okay because she's building her brand. But we only want to just show it off when it's all done. But the journey and sharing those things, and I understand you do protect your space by posting certain things to protect your life, but sharing those stories to say, I don't understand, and asking other people is what we fail to do. And I think that's why we handle the way we handle each other the way we do as women.
Sonia, let's touch on that. I think we need to be careful with that because you need to understand that not everyone has good intentions, number one. Secondly, just because you are genuine and you have a good heart and baby girl, reality is that half the people that are following you are not following to check and keep up with your progress and your positivity. They're following you to keep up with, is she dead yet? Is she still alive? Is she still standing? So I wouldn't advise anyone to be vulnerable on platforms like that because, they, for the good stuff, they're good, and let's utilize them for that. But I feel like when it comes to personal stuff and spaces, cultivate your privacy. I would like to sit in a room where women gravitate towards talking less about the blesser-blessee situation unless you're willing to do something about it. We know it exists. What are you doing in your personal space, in your individual capacity as a woman? What role are you playing? What are you doing? How are you trying to help the situation? Because it's very easy for you to judge if you've got food at home, if you've got parents supporting you, if you've got a job, if you've got... Have you ever gone to a slay queen and said, baby girl, do you have a CV? There are vacancies, and there's a position for a receptionist, or I know of a development program. We can't be those women who, because we are fine, we think it's okay to call people blessies. And it's not, guys, we are delusional. We are part of the problem.
Hey guys, it's now the end of the event and it's dark outside. Oh my gosh, I'm just rushing home now because it is bedtime for that little guy, so I need to be there before that. So anyway, it was such a beautiful day, beautiful Sunday afternoon. The speakers were really amazing, and let me just give a shout out to them, to the one of the speakers, Ukatu, a man. He was the only he in the room. He was amazing, let me just tell you. Like, he touched on stuff that no man has ever touched, at least no man that I know of has ever touched in a public setting. He spoke about rape, he spoke about being raped, he spoke about raping as well. He spoke about so many sensitive, extremely sensitive things. And at the end of it all, I think it's safe to say that as women, because we as women, events like this allow us to be vulnerable and to open up and to share our struggles and say, hey, you know what, I'm actually struggling in my career, I'm struggling with my boss, I'm struggling with being a mom, I'm struggling with being a sister, I'm struggling with all these struggles that we experience as women. But I think the conversation needs to be had regarding the struggles of men, because boy, do they go through a lot. Like, a man would go through, his world would crumble, and he'd come home and put on the smile, and life would continue. He's a dad, he's an uncle, he's a father, he's a husband. Life has to continue. And I feel like, let me just carelessly say this, I feel like men don't really spend time, I don't know if I can say with themselves, but I know definitely they don't have the platform like we do to discuss such issues, and sit down and have one-on-ones and be vulnerable. Oh my gosh, that's the biggest thing, being vulnerable and opening yourself up to criticism, opening yourself up to judgment, opening yourself up to a whole new world of just being bare and being naked in front of people. I'm stressing this one so much because it really hit me, and especially because I'm a mom to a son, and I don't want my son to go through or be raised in the way that our fathers, our brothers, our partners, our husbands have been raised. And obviously no judgment to our parents, no judgment to our aunties and gogos and whatever. They raised us the best way they knew how. But honestly, as a mom to a son, I want my son to, number one, through me, because I'm his first contact with women, I want him to see me and see a strong black woman. I want him to see me and see an independent black woman, an amazing woman, a strong, career-driven, passion-driven, kind, generous, God-fearing. Most importantly, I want him to see so many things in me, and I'm working on it every single day to get there. But most importantly, I want him in himself to have the confidence and to have the platform to come to me, or his partner, or his whatever, to be able to open up and be vulnerable. I really think men should consider having, like, I don't know, like communities, sort of, or support groups, sort of, to just talk, men, and be like, it's not, I think, let me just cut this whole men story. I'm very passionate about it because this is what we have so many struggles as human beings, and it's very liberating to be in a space where you're able to share those struggles with other women, like I have with the book club, like I have with my friends. And it sucks that men don't have that, because we all go through storms in our lives. Yeah, let's move on from the man issue. Other than that, the ladies, Luyanda, she's Miss Sandile Shezi Foundation. She's amazing. She spoke so well. She's so well spoken, I must say, and she believes in God. And I love how the first thing she said before she said anything else was, guys, this is the day that the Lord has made. I will be glad and I will rejoice in it. And that, for me, because I'm a believer, just set the tone for her talk. And already I was like, yes, girl, speak to me, speak to me. So she spoke about confidence, about bullying, how it's extremely important for us to be wary of what we say and how we say it to people we know, people we don't know, especially on social media, or no, especially in real life, whatever. Obviously we go through so many things, and you might come to me and say, she spoke about being people sort of speaking bad on her because she was skinny, or because she's skinny, or she's thin, or she's petite. I personally experienced that because I'm also quite petite and stuff, and people sort of come at you with, do you eat? Oh my, if there's one line that I can't stand is, do you eat? Have you eaten? Like, no. So it's extremely important to be careful of what you say and how you say it to people, because you might just, that thing that you say, that thing that you think is so, it's so, why are you mad? It's so little. That might be the one thing that sends that person off the cliff. That might be that one last nail on the cross, and that person might just, be, I don't know, kill themselves or something ridiculous like that. But I just want to share a light on that. And I think as women, we have this idea that we walk around and it's always hanging over our heads that we don't support each other, we're competing with each other, wara. I mean, it's true to an extent, but I think the more we keep shining light on that and only on that, then we sort of make it bigger. I think, look, what we shared was, look for the people that will support you. If woman number one doesn't support you, woman number two will, and if that one doesn't, that one will. And just surround yourself with people that want to see you grow and encourage you and motivate you. That's all you need. All the negativity, you don't need that. Stay away from it as much as you can. Yeah, that's pretty much what we spoke about after my battery died. So thank you so much for hanging out with me, guys, today. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. And if you did, if you liked my vlog, please give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe. Thank you so much again for hanging out with me. I didn't show you guys what I was wearing. It's just this shift dress, and I'm wearing my white collar under, and it's this short shift dress. Yeah, and my gold shoes, my favorite gold shoes. Okay, so I'll see you guys on my next one. I hope you had fun. And lastly, before I go, thank you so much for everyone who watches my videos and comments and likes and subscribes and shares. It means so much to me. YouTube is something that I've wanted to do for such a long time, and now that I'm finally doing it, I'm just I don't know, I'm just super excited every time. And I'll see you on my next one. I went on and on and on and on and on and on and on. You can tell just how passionate I am about these kind of conversations. Thanks again, guys, and I'll see you on my next one. Bye.